So the Nigerian nurse that was found unalive in her room somewhere in Leeds, a lot of speculations are ongoing on social media. People have accused, it's so wrong accusing the dates of the things. You never knew how it happened. You were never there when the incident took place. People were passing some speculations as she overworked herself. She wanted all the money to herself. That's why she couldn't give herself rest, because lately there has been a lot of people, passing on to glory as a result of overwork, stress, and a whole lot of it in the Western countries. Some of them might be coming back from work on the bus. They will just put their head like this, and then you hear that somebody has passed. Some would slump and die just at the workplace. A whole lot of, tragic incidents of healthcare workers and some other workers passing on in abroad. Now, in the case of this very nurse, in fact, my heart is broken reading a lot of speculations going on about this girl. Yes, she's actually from Eza. Eza definitely should be a place in Ebonyi State, because I went through her profile on TikTok, went through the songs, her dancing and everything. She was such a lively lady. This very nurse, I think she was trained in Nigeria, possibly got a job to work here in the UK, because from one of the communities that posted her was a community that is supporting the African nurses in the UK, I suppose. So basically she seemed to me that she was trained in Nigeria before she relocated to the UK. Her last shift was supposed to be last Sunday, and then she didn't come back to work. When you missed out on your shift, definitely they would try reaching out to you by calling your number. They're not going to come to your house. And they said her number was not going, even her friends. So it was one of her friends that actually filed for a missing person in the police station, and then police went to carry out their research or their findings on getting to her address. Definitely they will break into that apartment. They found her lifeless body in her apartment, and guess what? With another man. The man was also found unalive, and the evidences they saw around their unalive body, both nurse Mimi, as she was fondly called, and the man in question, suggest that she went through knife attack. And secondly, they saw evidences of strangulation, signs of strangulation, somebody who was strangled to death. It's quite a pity. May her soul rest in peace. And the soul of the man that she was found with. The most painful aspect of the video I saw was somebody talking about she double dating. She went, because they say she just came back from Nigeria, where she went for her introduction, isn't it? And somebody was claiming false accusation. To be honest, I wasn't there, but not real to me. How can she be double dating? She was in a relationship in Nigeria, and here again she's dating somebody, eating double ration, a double portion. That, oh my God, why are you judging the dead? Why are you judging somebody that you were not even in her life? She never told you anything. You never met this person. Why judge this person? So that really got me sad, and I decided to make this video because a lot of people do not really know what happened. Unfortunately, nobody knows the cause of her death. I just talked about what the police found during their investigation so far. The autopsy result is said to be done, is said to be out by next week. So by the time the autopsy result comes out, that would justify how she passed. Whether she was strangled, since there were signs of strangulation and knife attack, who eyed each other. They didn't say what they found on the man, whether the man also had a sign of strangulation and blah, blah, blah. And the identity of the man involved, they didn't mention to say if the man, they found his unalive body alongside Miriam's body, if the man is our color or was our color or their own color. They didn't mention that. But then the friends who actually said she was in a long relationship, a long distance relationship before this incident happened. Although her friends, who probably identified the body of the unalived man as Miriam's ex, could actually let us know if the man was, our color or the other color. Let's really understand this. But it is painful when things like this happen. Do not rush into judgments to say this person was living a wayward life, this lady overworks. From the findings around, you can see that she didn't overwork herself. She didn't pass because of stress or blah, 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 drinking, prostituting and all what. That buy happened in her own house, not in another man's house, So for those suggesting that she was double dating in Nigeria and blah, 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 she didn't buy in her ex's house, rather in her own apartment. So get that clear. So it must have been that ex that, carried his body into that lady's house. You never can tell what happened. Probably they were in an argument and blah, blah, blah. Or he may not have been happy. Some exes who can actually be obsessed when they are in a relationship with anybody. They don't want to end it. They don't want to propose and do the needful. Long distance relationship, they said she had been with her ex. Maybe he was not taking that step to say, okay. And our sister went home and got engaged. Who knows? Another speculation I found that really got me sad again was the fact that one lady was actually shouting on her video, people in Nigeria are really bad belly people, they actually buyed her in Nigeria. They must have put something in her food, in her drink when she traveled to have her introduction. All of that speculations. You don't know what happened. How could you be saying that people condemning a whole nation on camera like this? My dear fellow ring light talkers, the reactors, please, let's take it easy when we judge, when we criticize things that happens. If I saw that video, I wanted to cry. Condemning a whole nation of good people. We know there are bad people everywhere, but saying that our country, Nigeria, is bad, the Nigerians are this, they have poisoned her because of her progress. Making a video and saying this on camera, people are watching you all over the world, condemning your own people. Are you not telling me that you wouldn't travel back to Nigeria for anything? Is that what you want to tell me? And she went on to say, who even travels home to go for introduction? Why not have your sister do the introduction on your behalf? You can only travel to Nigeria to do like a big traditional marriage or white wedding. Why would you travel to do an introduction? Anyway, from every indication, the investigations carried out by the police and the reports they put out there for us to consume, Nurse Miriam wasn't poisoned by anybody, not even food poison in Nigeria. It could be food poison between her and the person involved. And even if it was actually a food poison she had between her and the man that his lifeless body was found with hers, obviously there wouldn't be any signs of strangulation or the knife attack, something that police reported on her lifeless body, if actually she had a food poison. Before somebody could be strangled, that means that person was physically strong, maybe fighting for her life, fighting for herself to stay alive. That could be the only reason. Food poison, you just drink it and you sleep off, or you eat it, you sleep off, isn't it? So that aside, it wasn't also that she overworked herself. Yes, it took days before they were able to go to her house and found her body, this beautiful lady here. It's quite heartbreaking. This is why Nigeria has a beautiful community, in our home country, because there's no way, it is hard to discover, a lifeless body in a home for days. 2-3 days in our home country, because we live a communal kind of lifestyle. People can easily come to your door and knock. Your next door neighbor would always check on you day in, day out. Even if they don't do it day in, day out, they must hear your voice. If they do not hear your voice, they will come and knock. But here, nobody cares. you live in an isolation. You know, it's quite heartbreaking and a saddening situation to her family, her friends, and everyone around her. Yes. And people who are usually obsessed about nurses, I must tell you, because this is not the first time, this is not the second or third time we are hearing an incident like this, a nurse passing on, blah, 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 over maybe, if not the husband. Yeah, the recent one was one Yoruba nurse that the husband buy in this very country. You know, I don't know why men or people are so obsessed about nurses. Especially, they believe that nurses, they earn a lot of money. Unfortunately, nurses do not earn that much. Yes, show me a nurse that is earning £30,000 in a year in the UK. Unless those ones, they work, they do all this agency work, you know. Unless the nurse is also, what is it called, specialist nurse. There's another name for these nurses. They are trained specially. They work as doctors or consultants. Yes, they even earn more than most junior doctors. I'm just trying to remember what that qualification is for some of all these nurses that earn very much above, you know, the doctors. You know, some people in Africa, some people here, they are always, especially men, going for somebody who is a nurse because of they want them to be accounting for them, you know. But that's really bad. And even if you are already married to a nurse or you are dating a nurse, they don't earn a lot of money. Let me open your eyes. They don't. There are other professionals that earn. People neglect such jobs, but they don't know that they earn much, much higher. But why are you even targeting what a nurse is earning? Why not work for yourself, make your own money, allow the woman to be, allow the women in particular. There are some men in this part of the world, they would go back to Africa, marry somebody who is in a nursing school, bring them over to continue that nursing profession with the aim of the nurse making money and accounting to him. You know, the nurse is now the man's ATM machine, which is so wrong. Everybody should be able to be financially independent. Especially if your woman is a nurse, please do not make her your money back. It is not nice. Anyway, that aside, I think I've just been able to clear the fact that Nurse Miriam Nnenna wasn't really by stress, wasn't really by food poisoning from Nigeria or village people from Nigeria. The death was by sudden, of which the major cause, even though the evidence or the signs are just clear, but let the autopsy results come out by next week. The police would let the public know, yes, how she passed. Thank you so much for watching this content. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and keep coming back for more. Bye for now.